Hey guys, I'm Melissa.
I'm Patty.
We are Efecto Podcast. Welcome back, guys.
Yes, episode 57. And this is not a fever dream. We are in the same outfits because all we did was stop record and hit record again. So we back, baby.
I didn't grab my coffee because I need a coffee.
We added a lip because these lips gotta be popping. No, but literally, this is just the real deal.
Yeah,
so we knew we were gonna record 2 episodes today, or if you're watching this, it was last week.
Yeah.
But literally when Mely picked me up, as soon as I got to the car, I was like, shit, I forgot to change the clothes. I was like, ya ni modo. And then we're on the freeway. Mely goes, I didn't bring another shirt. I go, bitch, too bad because I didn't bring anything either, so we're not changing. So
we gotta stay in our same fits. I was like, I can take my sweater off. She's like, no.
The fuck? But yeah, welcome back. We hope you liked last week's episode. Thank you for all the love you're showing
always,
and you continue to show. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right in.
Yep.
There is something that we wanted to talk about last week, but we didn't.
Yeah.
But another to kind of tie in. So last week we talked about Hispanic Heritage Month. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. All my Latinos out there. Woo! But we went to First Fridays again.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time we went was in August. And then,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And then we went in September. So again, it was supposed to be the first Friday, but that's when we had that really bad heat wave.
Yeah,
so they pushed it back to the following Friday, which it was still warm, but it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like that impacted everything. Yeah. But we can just jump in. So we went with our friend Paulina, who we went to Palm Springs with. And I'm like, what did we do that day? I went to the liquor store because, of course, first things first. Yes, alcohol is essential. We get tall cans. Mm-hmm. You tried a new one.
Yes.
The VMC? Is that what it is?
Yeah, VMC. Viva Mexico, cabrones.
Period.
I tried his. That's literally, guys, I really didn't know that. Like, I know he says it all the time, but that is what it stands for. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So.
I'm laughing at it started.
Yeah, like Viva Mexico. But tried that. It was really good. It was good. Yeah, it was really good. Because I think I had tried one of the times. Vicky had. We tried the hibiscus one.
Yeah.
But no, I really like the Paloma one.
Yeah, really good. And then we got our twisted teas and of course, buzz balls. And then as we were checking out, they have the Gran Malo mini shots, and I was like, give me 4 of them, bitches. Bring it, girl.
Bring it. So good.
No, so good. So, yeah. So then Mely's like, okay, we were supposed to have dinner before, but it just didn't work out with, timing and everything. We weren't going to have time. So Mely was like, okay, next best thing, tortas del El Tío.
Bomb.
If you know, you know.
So fucking good.
So, and I haven't had a torta from there in a long time. Because I don't know, si no se me antoja, I'm not going to, I don't just want it. So good. So, and first of all, they always fucking put their phone off. They take it off the fucking line because they're so busy. So it just rings or it's just completely off the hook.
I was determined. I was like, no, I want my freaking torta.
I literally called 12 times in a row. Nothing.
Yeah.
And Mely's like, I finally got through. Period. Okay, we pick up. Oh no, we pick up the food first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go pick up the food. And we get in there, cool. And then Mely, how much was it?
Guys, so
wait, what did we order? How many things did we order?
So we ordered 3 tortas and then an horchata and an agua de Jamaica. But guys, literally when I checked out, I saw it, but I was like, no. So it said 0.43, right? And she had said it was $43, but I saw it on the thing and I was like, all right. And I tapped my card and I see it again. I'm like, no, it was that. And she didn't say anything more. I was like, okay. And then literally, guys, when we got to the liquor store, I was still thinking about this. And
right when we're checking out.
Yeah. And I was like, hold on. And I checked, I was like, okay, I'm curious. So I checked my bank statement. She charged us 43 cents. 43 cents instead of $43.
So it was free.
Literally. I was like, what? There's no way. Because I was like, wait, I was like, okay, no, maybe like I just read it wrong. No. Yep. She fucked up. She forgot to add the zeros after that because you have to manually insert it or whatever. So it was 43 cents.
We were like, period.
I was like, oh, hell yeah.
So we enjoyed the fuck out of our tortas.
So fucking good.
So good.
Yeah.
And then we're just catching up, you know, chismeando, sharing some tea.
Yeah.
Listening to music, drinks. And then we Ubered. So, again, First Fridays is at the Beehive in downtown LA. Now they're always going to be there just because it's a huge space. And then I had found out that one of my cousins, Chris, him and his friends were going, like, last minute. They're like, oh, we got tickets, so, like, I'll see you there. Cool. So we are on our way, and we get there, and we're like, oh, here, like, it's not as busy.
Yeah.
And whatever. We get there, and I'm so confused. I'm like... There's no line at the restroom. There's no line at the photo booth. There's, like, no one on the mechanical bull. I'm like, what's going on? Like, there's people, but it's... The first time we went, it was, like, this.
Like,
estaba lleno.
And most of the time when we see, like, everyone, it's packed.
Yeah.
But,
so we were so confused. I was like, okay, maybe it's still kind of early, but we got there, like, at 10.
Yeah. And last time we were there earlier, and it was already fucking packed.
So we were like, oh, okay. Whatever. So... We go, use the restroom. We literally used the restroom and got our picture. Yeah. Like, right away. Oh. And then we're like, okay, let's go to, like, to where the banda is. We go, and it's, like, still not that packed. Well, the banda wasn't playing when we got there. It was, like, a DJ. I think so. But I don't think they had... So, okay, it was Milino Zacatecas still. But I don't think they had, like, someone hosting it.
Yeah, no, I think it was
just, like... Because Pantone was there selling the hats, but it wasn't... They were hosting it. So, I don't know if, like... That has something to do with it. Yeah. Also, the fact that they had to postpone it. Yeah. So, because they postponed it, it was either your ticket is valid or you get your money back. So, maybe a lot of people just got their money back.
I know, because, guys, like, literally, I was like, oh, okay. And then throughout the day, I'm like, oh, it's going to start getting packed. No. And I'm like, it wasn't even a long weekend. Like, none of that. So, I don't know.
There were also less vendors because where we were, like, where the cocktail tables were, last time there was a food truck there. So there was like people. There was no food truck there. There was like there was just less like things. But I think it's because they didn't have a host. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. And I really do think probably the change. I don't know because people are like, you know, you're planning it all around like that weekend. Maybe but we were kind of shocked.
Yeah. And we didn't really even go into like where the DJ is.
Because even in there, it wasn't that packed.
Yeah, we went for like 2 seconds and then we're like... And I think also because it was the weekend of El Grito. So I don't know, maybe that it was just the DJ's vibe, but it was strictly just like cumbias and like mariachi and stuff like that. Whereas when we went last time, it was a mix. Like they'd mix in reggaeton, hip hop, with all of the Spanish music. It was just different. So whatever, we're like, fuck it, let's get a drink. And then we're leaving the little bar area. And Mely goes, bitch, is that Max? And I'm like in my brain, I'm like, which Max are we talking about? And I was like, bitch, where? She's like, right there with the curly hair. And I'm like, Max who? She's like, they're Minnie. And I look, and it's our cousin. I fucking run up to him. I'm like, Max. But this is like, so his mom is our mom's cousin. So, like, he knows us, but, like, we don't see each other that often. And I feel like he would recognize Mely more than me. So I go up to him, and I'm like, Max. And he looks at me. And I'm like, I'm your Tío Ramiro's granddaughter. I'm Norma's daughter. And he just hugs me. He's like, what are you doing here? And then we see talking to Mel or whatever. And we're just laughing.
It was so funny.
Because that's the last person I would have expected to be there.
Yeah, I know. Right away. And then, of course, we have to send a picture to his mom. But it was so funny. I was like, is it him? I'm like, no, it's him.
I ran.
I was like, oh my God, it's literally him. And guys, it was, he was just vibing out.
He was in his own world. He was on cloud 9, baby.
I know. It was so funny. But it was nice. Like, it's random, but it's so nice to just, like, see people. And then I saw another...
Edith
family.
Saw us that day.
Yes, Edith was.
We were talking.
Right.
Yeah, because we were talking to our cousin Max, catching up. Yeah, shooting the shit, and Mely's talking to him, and then I see in my peripheral someone walking. I turn and she's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Oh my God!"
Wait, I have a really cute picture of the three of us. I forgot to send it to us. I have it. But yeah, we saw her. Well, she's not my cousin, but they were cousins. My cousin Shayla, which is one of my, like a close family friend. But she said the same thing. She was like, we got here so early because we thought it was going to be so packed. She's like, but I'm like, what the hell? And I told her, I was like, no, girl, like we were shocked because we were here the weekend. I mean, the last first Fridays, and it was packed.
Like there was a line to get in.
Yeah.
And this time we didn't even wait. Like we literally finished our drinks and then we just walked in. Yeah. And then Paulina, our friend that we went with, she also had her sister was there. Her friends were there. So like, all those people. But yeah, I mean, I was a little like, like it just wasn't giving what it was giving the first time. Because the energy was just so different. Like, we danced, but then I was kind of like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I don't need to stay anymore. But that doesn't mean we're not going to go to the next one.
I know. And then I'm like, and they already announced it. Yeah, it's literally, it's next week now.
Yeah, it's the day that we want to.
Oh, so
we have to figure that out.
It is that day.
Yeah.
October 4th.
We have to figure it out.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, it's still
a good vibe. They have the music, everything. It was just because of our first experience. It was kind of like,
of a letdown.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you were doing a challenge.
Yes, I started a challenge, guys. So this place called Bunda. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I've been going to Bunda, and I spoke about this in last week's episode, or no, 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, 3 weeks ago. Damn. I spoke about this 3 weeks ago, but it's just like a new workout that I've been like getting myself. I've just been getting into it, and I've been obsessed. So I joined a challenge. It's a 7-day challenge, and then you get like a little mug. I already got my mug, and I'm so glad I got it in advance because I didn't complete the challenge. On Monday, there was one of the days, I just got out of work like later than I thought, and I was so sad, guys. Like that like ruined my entire day because I took my stuff, I was like ready, and it's at 7, so I could have technically made it, but just because of how heavy traffic is, like by the time that I got on the freeway, my ETA was literally 7:30. I was like, all right, yeah, there's no way I'm getting in. But like on top, like with that, like I was like, no, like I'm still so determined. And it was more about like just like one, because I genuinely love it, but the challenge, like I just wanted like to push myself, and I was just excited for it. I'm like, okay, 7 days, like it's so different. I've already seen myself getting stronger, like within the workouts, the Stairmaster, like it's insane, like the progress, like just with like my breathing and stuff. So yeah, I was just excited. But I did get my mug in advance, and it's so cute. It's literally like a woman shaped. Yeah, it's like the butt from the back, and then the front, it's just like the woman silhouette. But yeah, so I did that one, and then I was supposed to do a class today, but obviously we're recording. Dude, like duh.
Literally, she was like, I have my class on Sunday. I go, bitch, what time? 8 a.m. I go, pendeja, we're recording.
I'm like, oh my god, you're right.
She's like, let me cancel it right now.
So I canceled it, and then I had one yesterday. I didn't show up because we'll get into that. So that's what that happened. But I'm gonna go back tomorrow. So I have a class tomorrow. But with like in general, guys, like regardless, I was still pushing myself, and I did a lot of it like back to back, and it was just, I don't know, it's such a cool experience, or like for myself personally, because I'm like, okay, like staying just on it, and I genuinely like it's just helped me out so much. Like the other day, the day that I missed class, the next day, like I kind of just let it all there because I was still upset. I was just like, damn, because I've been generally just liking it like for myself and stuff. So the next day it was such a good workout, and if you have not tried it, I 10 out of 10 recommend. They have a really good deal for beginners. I feel like any workout place, like when you're a beginner, take advantage of that. But yeah, definitely check it out, try it. It's so good. And I've started now to like know, like, I mean, now I have like a favorite instructor, I guess, because just of the music. And then there's one girl, she's Latina, that has like reggaeton and stuff. Guys, hers so far has been the hardest on the Stairmaster because she does like the intervals, and then like you have to like push yourself and go up and all this. And I was like, oh my God, but I generally really, really enjoyed that. So I'm going to start trying to take her classes. And then I have one other instructor that I also really like. So her, it's more hip hop, but I really like her class too. yeah, that's been Bunda and
Period.
the 7 days.
No, literally, like, moving your body, it literally helps your mind so much. And that's just working out, period. But if once you find it that you like it and you can make it part of your routine, it's a game changer. Because we've talked about this. The days that I am not working out, I am not good up here. Like, I'm not able to just, like, clear my mind. No, and whatever it is, whether it's a class, you go to the gym, you
on a
walk, on a hike, just swimming, whatever, like, it helps so much.
It's been helping me a lot, just like getting in my own zone, whether I go early, go out later.
This is just your you time.
The day. It's
just you in that moment. Speaking of moving our body, so still at it with Soul Cycle, but our friend Dahlia, she actually is guest teaching. She got to guest teach this past weekend or last weekend in Arizona at a studio, Power and Flow, and she's gonna be guest teaching like for the next couple months, I believe. But yeah, if you're in Arizona and you want to check out Dahlia's class, check it out. Just the content that I've seen from the classes, like, it's lit. Like, they fucking love her. And those riders, like, that front row, baby, that front row is killing it. But yeah, you should go check her out. We did an episode with her, so go
check that out too.
Follow her, all that stuff, show her all the love. But because she was gone this weekend, I didn't have a Saturday class. So Zoo and I were going to go do a berries class. And I was like, okay, because berries also has a deal through the 22nd. So is that today? Yeah. Like, today's the last day. Yeah. But it's like you bring a friend and then you guys get a free credit. So I was like, period, I'll take you. So we booked it for Saturday at 10:45 a.m. And unfortunately, I did not make it.
We both didn't make our workouts, guys.
But there's a reason. So that was Saturday. So Friday night, we've been talking about this forever. And we were like, okay, like, because of our plans for the weekend, and we knew that we were going to record and edit 2 episodes today. Yeah. So we were like, okay, we have to kind of, like, plan ahead. So we're like, okay, Friday, we'll, like, meet. We'll have cute dinner. Very demure dinner. And, like, and then, like, plan. Yeah. And then we'll be ready. I was like, cool. So we were trying to figure out where to go. We wanted to go to Elefante. Yeah. But, of course, booked. Yeah. We have to figure out if we could go with
for this weekend. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Couldn't. And then I told Mely, I go, bitch. I was like, I really want to go to Islas. Like, please. It's just like, bitch, we're not going to. I was like, we'll do it before. On the car. So we got Islas. Yes. So literally.
So good.
It's my favorite. Like, my friend put me on years ago after, like, a show. And I told Mely, I was like, bitch, I need to take you here. Took her. I put her on. This is, like, the spot. So love it. We've taken people there. They love it. The vibe.
The flavors.
Yeah, the food, the drinks, the banda.
Everything.
When I went the first time, they had a Selena drag queen.
10
out of 10.
You said that.
And then they have mariachi. All that, they have a grupo, a trio, all that stuff. So, okay, we're like, oh, okay. We'll go, like, around, like, we left, like, at 5:30. Yeah. We got there, like, around 6:15. Yeah. We pull in, and we're like, bitch, are they closed?
I'm like, what's going on?
Friday at, like, 6:30, we're like,
it was dead.
There's a couple cars, but I'm like, and I'm like, whatever. We're still planning, so we're like, we'll just sit here. I even, like, called, and then it said they were open. Then we saw them open the door, and we're like, okay, they're open. Yeah. But we finished planning in the car, whatever. We go in, and we're like,
it was so weird.
And they were like, oh, here, they gave us a booth.
Yeah, and that usually, big. Like, I'm like, oh.
The booths are really big, so usually they don't
like for 2.
Yeah,
they
will not give you a booth like. Once it's cracking, like, they will not give it to you. And I'm like, what's going on? We asked the waitress, what time is the banda get? She's like, oh, like 8:39. And we're like, oh, fuck. And I had seen a sign that said, like, max 2 hours, like, in your seat of service, like, in your seat. And I was like, bitch, eat fucking slow. Yeah. So, Mel, what did we order?
So we ordered an order of cucarachas, which is our favorite thing ever. Some langostinos, and it has like different I get peeled shrimp in it as well. Those weren't hitting this time.
Yeah, the shrimp was good. Yeah, it's just there was like nothing there.
Yeah, the langostinos just didn't have anything, and I love langostinos. So when I saw, I'm like, oh my god.
You said something. I said foo.
Oh my god.
What was it?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Wait, what was that? Oh, that shit was so funny.
Because we were talking about Foos Gone Wild.
These foos. But hold on. Oh my god. And it was from the langostinos. I was like, damn, these aren't it. Or no.
You said something. It's like, see? I don't know what you said, but it was perfect.
Oh my god, guys, damn, I wish I could remember right now because it was perfect. I literally looked at her, I started laughing. I'm like, te la jalaste, Pri. Like, oh my god,
guys, there's not a lot of people there. We're fucking dying. We're like rolling in the
I wish I remember what it was because it was perfect. Like, it was literally perfect. And it was about the food. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, I'm sad now because you guys need to hear that.
I don't remember what it was, but she said something and I was like, yeah, food.
And like, it was perfect because it went right before that. Damn. But yeah, so
anyways,
we had got that. Our drink,
the empanadas.
Oh yeah, the empanadas, so good. Patty gets them without cheese. I get them with cheese, and then we got some fries. The fries were so good.
The fries were so good. Fucking good.
I was like, damn, like they were.
They remind me of so good.
Yeah, because they're like a little like not breaded, but like the seasoning, I guess. You know,
they're French fries, but those are fried.
Yeah, true.
No, but we were craving like the drink, so I was like, oh. I didn't know if I wanted like my blended margarita or like the fresa, the mango. You wanted your cantarito.
My cantarito.
Yeah, you got the cantaro, the big one. And I saw the mango marg.
It
was like,
so good.
It literally tasted just like fresh.
Good, yeah.
Fresh. So whatever. We're sitting, chilling. We were like, because it was so fucking spicy. Whatever. And then we're like, shit. We're like, okay, the banda's not here yet. It's like almost 8. And Mely's like, oh, but we'll just ask to sit at the bar. And then we'll go from there. We're like, cool. There was still space. And there are 2-3 seats, like, on this end of the bar. And you can see
like, everything. Which I was like, we need those seats.
Yeah. So, whatever, we get our check and we move over there. And it's, like, us two. And then there's two girls here. They're, like, in their own world, whatever. And then Mely goes to the restroom. And then one of the girls goes to the restroom. So then the other girl, her name was Jeanette, I believe. She just starts talking to me. She was like, are you guys celebrating anything? And I was like, no. I'm like, we're just out. She's like, oh, cool. I was like, what about you guys? She's like, it's my grandmother's birthday. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, is this like your first stop? She was like, yeah. She's like, we don't really have plans like after this. She just wanted a cantarito. She's like, the only place I can think of out here is Islas. So yeah, whatever. And then you guys come back and we're like chopping it up. We start talking, And then when she came back, I was like, oh, it's her birthday. So whatever, we're like chopping up. They're cool girls.
They're super cool.
And then we're just talking, and then my little fucking cousin over here sabotaged me.
I said, a shot?
I told her, I was like, bitch. So we get our shot. The anxiety to take this shot, I was like, oh my god, I haven't taken a shot in a long time. So I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm like, no ma'am. And it was Centenario, so we knew it was gonna hit. I was very scared. And then he's like, come on bitch. We take it. And in that moment, I knew. I was like, oh, Mely fucked up. Mely fucked.
She's like, this shit hit.
I was like, why was that so smooth? Mely was like,
like, it's not smooth.
I'm like, bitch. I'm like, I took that shit like water. Yeah. Like, that's dangerous. So then, whatever, and then we ended up buying the girls like a birthday shot. So they took a shot. Cool. And then I get a little cantarito. You get a cantarito. I get a big cantaro. A cantaro. Whatever. We're going back and forth. We're like, chug. And then the girls buy us all around the shots. They chilled it. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that this is going down like water.
And chilled, guys, obviously it was a lot better.
When they gave it to us, we're like, this isn't chilled.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, it's
chilled. Because it just looked like a different color. I'm like, what the hell?
I was like, what's going on? And then this was like around before, like right when the band was about to start. But there was this lady, like this older señora, who she was going to like each table, like singing a song, and she had like her little bucket. And then she came to us, And I don't have cash. Mm-hmm. But literally, me and Mely, when we heard her sing, we're like,
ay, señora.
And then one of the girls was like, yo también canto.
Yeah.
And then she told her, like, the next one, like, bring me the mic.
And she brought her the mic.
And homegirl started singing. We were like, I
was like, oh, no way. Guys, like, I mean, props to her. She got some balls. But I was like, oh. I was expecting, like, oh, maybe she does know how to sing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, girl, do your thing. Her cousin or her comadre was like,
she was like, this bitch.
Yeah.
No, and then what really, like, what made us hit it off, I said something to Mel, I said, what you mean? Immediately she starts, what you mean? And she do the laugh.
She said, wait, I can't do it now. She's like, you guys know freaking Shawty Bae's Evil's laugh? Guys, but she did it perfect. Like, literally perfect. We looked at each other and I was like, no. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, the whole little thing. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
And then the rest of the night, like, we're just chatting. Like, we would just, like, do, like, throw in Shawty Bae ad-libs.
Yeah.
So funny. And then the banda starts. Yes. And we're like, oh, fuck yes. What we wanted. We're just like, da-da-da, like vibing, drinking, like just whatever. And then the girls get another round of shots. Yeah. And we're like, oh, fuck. Same thing. Como nada.
It's smooth.
And then we're like, hey, I'm like another cantarito. And then you were talking to Lore? Mm-hmm. Yeah. She called you or you called her?
I think one of the two. I don't remember if I called her or she called me, but we were talking and she was out. And then that's when we were like, she's like, where are you guys? We're like, we're at Islas or whatever. She shows up. Well, we tell her to come, but yeah.
Her and Mia come and they're there for maybe like 15 minutes or whatever. We're there, they get a drink, and then Carlos called you, our cousin. Yeah, that he was like, oh, I'm at Aleworks, and my cousin, like one of my older cousins, is there, and I'm like, we're going to Aleworks. Lore's like, bitches,
we just came from.
She's
there.
like, I just got my drink, and I'm like, take it to go or chug it. They gave us our cantaritos to go. Me and Mia got ours in our little plastic cup. And off to Aleworks we go. So we go to Aleworks. We see the fam. We're there until it closes. Again, just like chopping it up with everybody. It's funny. Like just talking to everyone. I have so many videos. There's one where Lore was trying to make you chug her beer and you're like, I don't want it. She's like, stop being a bitch. And then everyone's like, Lore's a bitch. And Lore's like trying to get Fita to drink it. Fita's like, hell no. And then there was a girl, she was drunk. They were making her leave. I don't know if you remember this. She's like, oh my God, come to my SpongeBob party next week.
Yes. With the yes.
And we started saying like who we're gonna dress up as.
Yeah.
She was like, you're gonna be Sandy. One's gonna be Plankton. I was like, I'm gonna be Sexy Patrick.
What the fuck?
And then we're gonna be talking like, hey, But by this time, like we're feeling ourselves. Like, ya se nos subió, whatever, the good vibes. And so many people, they're leaving and they keep telling us like, oh, we're going to corner bar. We're like, oh my God. And then someone was like, are we going to corner bar? And I was like, oh shit.
We're going to corner bar.
We ended up at corner bar. And on the way, our friend Lore met George Bush.
Oh God.
Oh my God. So you know that like TikTok trend, like prank, when you ask your friend, have you met George? And they say, who? You say George Bush, and you push him into the bush.
Oh my God.
So I have this video and we're getting out of the car and this bitch bumps me and I like lean into a bush and the light bulb went off.
Like, I gotta do that shit with her.
Off, and I literally pushed her and she's literally on the bush.
She's like, this morning, she's like, my hand is fucked up because of Patty. Oh my gosh.
Ugh, so funny. So whatever. We're in corner bar for, I don't know what it is, but that bar is always like this.
Always.
And we always see the same fucking person that I knew he was going to be there. I knew it. And as soon as we walk in, I say by the DJ, I go, bitch, look who's here.
Like, of course.
Of course. But we're there for just like 20, 30 minutes.
I'm there 30
I didn't get a drink there. We're just vibing. The guy next to me and my cousin, he had a Rubik's Cube. And we're fucking just watching him. And he finishes it and he looks at us and we're like,
he
like,
did it,
hyping him up and stuff.
I know I ran into a friend too. I feel like I always run into people there, which is one of the main reasons why I don't like going there. But I ran into a mutual that hadn't seen her in forever, freaking Cholico. And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. But that was nice. And then I ran into another mutual and I was like, oh, no. But we won't talk about that.
Mely said,
yeah.
Literally. Literally.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, there are a few battle scars.
But other than that, like, it was a fun night. No,
it was.
It was like such a fun night.
I haven't had a night like that. I don't think I've had a night like that.
It's been a while. Like, it's been a long time for me.
And
too.
when I mean a night like that, not just a night out, but like going from one place to another. It's probably since
and like, even just like the vibes, like it was just fun. Like it was just probably the people we were with and stuff, but it was just such a fun night. Like even
and
like
it was unexpected.
Yeah, it's so unexpected. Like guys, Corner Bar, like
that's not a place we choose.
We don't
to go.
go there. Like it's random. Like it's always on nights like this where it's super random. We're like, fuck it, all right, we're already like going. But like, you know, I woke up yesterday, I was like, oh my god, that was just so much fun. Like I'm like,
I was going through it. I was hung over.
I honestly, I wasn't. I woke up and I was like, oh my god, thank god. Like I was so scared. I feel great, but regardless, I always get anxiety, and I was like, oh, but I was like, no, it's fine. It is what it is. It was so much fun, and I'm like, I haven't done like shit like this in forever, but it was fun.
Yeah, but I was going through it yesterday, but thankfully I had some Taste Salud, and that shit helped me so much. I had some this morning too. Game changer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a fun like night out. But that's why I couldn't go to my berries class, because my berries class was at 10:45. So I wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. Makeup.
Oh my god.
If you know, you know. So whatever. I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, I feel good. I roll over. I go, oh fuck.
She said, never mind. It's that moment when you roll over.
I'm like, nope, this is not gonna be good.
I know.
And I had an alarm set for 8 a.m. to like get up and get ready, and it went off. And I was like, as soon as it went off, I texted Zune. I was like, bitch, I'm hungover as shit. I'm not making my class. I didn't cancel it. I just didn't show up.
You're like, I can't. I know. I woke up early too because I also had a class. I had an 8 a.m. I woke up, and I was like, nope. And then I thought about it again. I'm like, am I gonna do it? Guys, I was like, absolutely not. And I was supposed to go to Vicky's house, and I also said, like, I'm sorry, I can't.
I physically
like, I literally cannot. Yeah. I'm like, I watched Netflix, and I knocked out. I knocked out.
On my TV has like a channel. Like, it's not through cable, it's just through the TV. And I just watch the challenge constantly, so I literally am always watching it. But I was like in and out of sleep all day, and then I started feeling like alive when my dad got me that McDonald's Coke.
Yeah, the Coke.
That shit, I was like, oof.
Yeah, McDonald's Coke. If you know, it hit.
That shit like revives you. It's like clear.
No, like, my mom made pozole, and when I had that for dinner and I had like just the broth, I was like, oh my god, like that shit.
It's different. Yeah, it was a fun night.
It was so much fun.
Okay, but we want to get into a very exciting event that we went to. So we have this friend. Her name is Danitza. She's a creative. She has a marketing firm called Ooh I Love. And she was a guest on our podcast last year, which, again, thank you so much, Danitza, for even, like, agreeing to be a guest, because this woman is an icon. Talk about a Latina badass. Yeah, Hispanic Heritage Month, like, that's another person, like a creator that you guys need to support. Ooh I Love, OUUILOVE. Yep. So she's been working on a studio space, and this is like a creator's wet dream.
Guys, it is beautiful.
Beautiful. Like, insane. So we've been in contact because we knew that she was working in a space and whatnot, and she was like updating us. And then one day I'm like, we get a DM in our El Efecto IG account, and I open it, and it's an invitation to her grand opening. I take a screenshot, send it to me, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, bitch, because she works with a lot of creators. Like, she works with Taste Salud. She does a lot of their campaigns. Offset is the coffee. I'm thinking about coffee right now. Onset, like beauty creations,
Libre,
like everything. Like, she works with a bunch of creators. Like, she's really killing it. So for us to be invited, we were like, oh my god, thank you for thinking of us. And she was like, of course. So we're freaking out because we're like, bitch, like, who are we gonna meet?
Like, oh my gosh,
this is such an amazing like event to like network. And like I was like, us, like like this is like a creator event. Like I guess we're considered creators because we have this platform. But I'm like, I was very honored. Like and obviously we were anxious.
We're so anxious. One, it's so excited because like to Patty's point, like this is our first like ever like event, I would say, and like this is a legit event again. Like it's like because of those creators that, you know, she's worked with and then that are within her space. So we already knew we were gonna see some people that it's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that we may be fans of or like follow and stuff. So it was so exciting, but with that, so freaking nerve-wracking. Like so
nerve-wracking. Like, literally Mely picked me up and in my head I'm like, fuck,
I know, I was
like,
so
we should have got like, we need to take a shot or something. We didn't have anything. We're just like but we got there, and then our friend Edith was there, so that made us feel a lot better. So we had someone immediately. But Danitza right away, she like introduced us to her cousin. Love her cousin, Alyssa girl.
She was so
hey girl,
she was so sweet.
Hope you guys are having the best time in Mexico.
I know.
Or you had the best time. And you made it.
And her team was just so sweet.
Her team is amazing.
So sweet.
Like they were so welcoming on it, and everyone, because again, this was something that I was like, oh, like duh, they should. But everyone's asking like, oh, like what's your like. What creative space are you in? And I'm like, oh, my cousin and I have a podcast. And they're like, oh, what's the podcast? And I was like, oh, El Efecto. They're like, you guys are El Efecto Podcast? And I'm like, I want to cry.
Yeah, like literally, like right away, like, oh yeah, El Efecto Podcast.
They're like, we love you. Then I'm like,
yeah.
And Danitza, like, we kept telling Danitza, like, girl, thank you so much for inviting. She's like, of course. She's like, you ladies gave me a platform
to share like my story.
She was like, you guys gave me that space to share my story and like talk about who I love, but also talk about her. Like who she is. And I'm like, wow. Like I guess we did. But like still we're
like, to us it's still like, of course, like that, you know, like we've said this so many times, but with our guests it's like people who are doing something for the community, the impact that they have and all that. So we didn't, obviously with her, like everything that she's done, we didn't think twice. But when she puts it that way, like you said, like you guys gave me a platform to share my story, talk about myself. And I remember Kenya also had said that at one point, like it's like I've never really talked about like myself and my story. But no, it was such an amazing event. And like Patty said too, like her point, a creator's dream, no matter where you turn, like there was something, like it was so nice,
amazing. Make sure to check out Ooh I Love Studios. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram. Like they're live, but literally you can do so much in that space. Like
there's so much,
whatever you want to do a photo shoot, do a photo shoot. They have a podcast room.
I know. You might see us there soon.
Yeah, you might see us there, maybe. But yeah, there's just like so much with it. Like we've posted so many things about it, but there's like a lounge area. You could use that for a photo shoot. They actually have like a psych wall that they built, which is amazing. Like a vanity area. Yeah, the kitchen, like open area to just like work, have a meeting, whatever.
Then an outside.
Yeah, they set up like an outside like studio.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. And then just again back to her team too, but to see her team working, like they were doing live photo shoots there, guys. Quick snaps and the content, like
go follow our friend Edith.
Amazing, yes,
because she's gonna be posting that. Literally, when I saw it, I literally said like that looks like it could be in like on a Sephora website.
So crazy.
Like it just looks like when you go to Sephora and you're looking at shades and they have like someone. I go, that's what that looks like.
Yeah. But yeah, that was such an exciting moment. I think for both of us, it was just kind of so surreal. Obviously for our podcast, because again, just having the exposure to certain people that were there.
That's where we met Jess.
Yes.
Sosa.
Yeah. I know.
When she walked in, I was like, bitch.
Because again, just a fan of her and her content.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just like, oh my God, like we were really like here. Like, you know?
I think it's also nice because I'm not saying that like, oh my God, we made it, but we're at least being recognized. And to me, I'm like, oh, okay. Because even when they did the interviews, we got interviewed separately, and they even asked like, what creative space are you in? And I have never thought of myself as a creator.
Yeah.
Like I've never we do a podcast, but I've never thought of myself as a creator.
Like, even when Patty did the interview first, and when I heard that, I was like, oh my God. I was like, for real.
I literally was like,
yeah,
we have a podcast. Yeah. And I was like, and I post on TikTok.
And even when we were like checking in, they're like, oh, with who? I'm like, oh, Efecto Podcast. And I'm like, oh, like it just gets, yeah. I
didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
I was like, do we say our name?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, and they're like,
yeah,
check us in.
Here. Yeah. But it was, yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
you. Thank you. Oh, I love
so much.
Everyone
was so sweet.
So sweet.
Her team, like, that's why I feel like they have so much success, because their team is so good at what they do.
Yeah.
And they're so welcoming. Yeah. They were all so sweet. Like, I felt like it wasn't just like they weren't there just to do their job. They genuinely were like talking to us, like building connections with us. Yeah.
Like, just being, like, they were just so real. And then, and it brought me back to even our episode with Danitza. Again, go check that out if you haven't. But she talked about that, like, what she looks for within her team and what she wants to offer them. And you can generally, like, tell that they love, like, what they do and they love working for, you know, her agency, her company. And, yeah, like, they're all just, like, so welcoming. And, yeah, like, you can just see it. You can see
the passion just, like, it's overflowing.
Yeah.
And that's why I think everything that they're doing is just like, it's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
Especially with this space. Oh my gosh. And literally, guys, if you're a creator, if you're looking to get like headshots, do a photo shoot, film, if you have a podcast or you want to, like, there's so much you can do there. Make sure to check out the Ooh I Love Studios like website. Yeah, and like what they offer, because it's, again, it's a creator's wet dream.
Yeah.
She was even like, she's like, you want to have your bowl out here? We have this. I was like, girl, no, you have literally the space. Yeah. I was like, you can literally have a party. We were like, you have the taco man here, the DJ there, like the banda, like, yeah. It was so cool. But that was like, we got invited 2 weeks, like, we knew about it like 2-3 weeks ago in advance. And literally I was just like
it's here.
Like, oh my God, we were so excited. I still can't believe that we were able to go.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It was just, when Patty sent the invite, I was like, oh my God. I was like, yes, we're going to be there. She's like, are we going to be able to make it because it's a weekday? I was like, we're going to be there.
Yeah, she's like, I have appointments that day.
Like, I'm taking half day. We're going.
Yeah, but again, Danitza, thank you so much. Oh, I love team. Yes. Amazing event. Please make sure to check them out. Check out, we'll link Danitza's video in this description, so you guys could check out that video after this one, or that episode. But yeah, such an exciting event, hopefully the first of many.
Yeah.
And I just think it's crazy. I said this in like my little TikTok like photo thing at the end. I'm like, I'm very grateful that we decided to do the podcast. Never did I expect or think that, like, that I don't think that was like a thought, like, oh yeah, let's do it so that we can get invited to these things. I just, like, I never expected us to get invited to stuff like that. But to the first of many, hopefully.
I know. No, definitely the first of many. Yeah, like, it's just exciting. And again, to just be in that space with everyone that we follow, like, it's And it's also kind of like motivating. Yeah. Like, okay, we are seen as creators, like, it's not just like silly, just like, oh, we're just posting just to post type of thing. No, 1,000%. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that was our experience there. It was so much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun. We got a little goodie bag, and oh my gosh, all the stuff in the goodie bag, so good, so good. Have you tried the? I think it's Bijou. Oh, I haven't tried it yet. The moisturizer, it's really good. But I was like going through all of like their Instagrams too. A lot of them were also small businesses, so I just love that too. Yeah. It's like supporting that, and a lot of them are Latino owned too. Yeah. So we got like we got Te Salud, the Bijou. Yes, I think that's how you say it. I think that's how. It's like the clean skin moisturizer. The Shy Beauty. Yes, Shy Beauty was another one. The face oil is really good, and then Rizzo's curls. Yeah, that's the one. I love Rizzo's curls. I always get that at TJ Maxx, like Marshall's, and they gave us like the 3-step, like the conditioner thing, some other thing, and the gel. Yeah.
So good.
I haven't tried that because I don't have curly hair, but regardless.
No, but you have wavy hair, so it's just to help your like natural, enhance your natural hair.
I need to try that. I need to try all of this stuff. Yeah. I've only tried the Taste Salud, but yeah, I have to try that. It was just so nice to even just get the goodie bags.
I was not expecting it.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, these two girls.
Even when we were getting the interview, like it was so funny. Zenitza brought her
so
over, like her social media coordinator. She literally brought her over to us, and she was like, "These girls," and then she goes, "Hi, I'm gonna. Do you guys want to get like? Is it okay if I interview you guys?" And we're like,
oh yeah,
okay. I
guess I'm nervous, but yes.
Yeah.
I know when that comes out, we'll make sure to post it. It's gonna be a little scary, but
I'm gonna be like, oh,
I know. But yeah, guys, with that, it was again such an amazing experience, and it's like thank you to you all because it's like you've continued to support and follow us, and even we've said this so many times, but if we're just impacting one person, like that is what we're here for. And then again, just hearing people like, oh yeah, like El Efecto Podcast, I'm like, okay, shit, like they're listening, people are watching, people are listening, and just thank you for your support. But that's all we got for this week's episode. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, follow our Instagram, our TikToks, the whole thing.
Everything. If you listen to us on Spotify, rate us, download please.
Everything. And we'll see you guys in next week's episode.
Bye.